There will now follow a statement from the United States delegation regarding the Berlin incident.
In May 1946, our Secretary of State, James F. Byrne, proposed the demilitarization of Germany. This was a positive move intended to appease countries in both Western and Eastern Europe by removing the threat of another German invasion. The Soviet Union has long been afraid of a strong militarized Germany, and therefore it was expected that they would welcome the opportunity to remove Germany's military capacity. However, on the 24th of May, Marshal Zhukov suggested to General Stalin that our suggestion of a demilitarized Germany was entirely based on self-interest and was a threat to Russian security. He proposed that Stalin abstain from accepting the treaty and forced the Allied Control Council to issue a declaration recognising the decision made at Potsdam that ending military occupation this early would be premature. This is entirely counterintuitive to our aims.
It has been made quite clear that the USSR does not seem to have any interest in keeping to the agreements made at Potsdam. This is particularly evident this is evident in the restrictions of transport and communications that have been installed in the Soviet sector between East and West, which actually violate the agreement, reminding the Soviet Union that the aims of the Allied powers at Potsdam had included to reunify Germany under one democratic government, not to split it in half. And in fact, this entire statement was made quite clear through Kanyushkin, the Soviet ambassador's own memo to the USA.
Stalin should be accused of using East Berlin as a way to reconstruct the USSR economically at Germany's expense. Prior to the blockade, Walter Ulbricht, the real power behind the SED, often spoke of economic planning. It is not clear precisely what the SED deputy chairman meant by the phrase, but he clearly did not mean East Germany reconstruction in the Soviet zone or self-determination.
The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, the United States of America and the French Republic are in no way attempting to provoke Comrade Stalin and the Soviet Union into an open war. Comrade Stalin is the main culprit in this fiasco, especially shown by the Soviet plane that brought down a British civilian plane. Who would have known what would have happened if the roles were reversed and the West brought down the Russian plane and the USSR had a nuclear arsenal?
And finally, from a humanitarian perspective, the USA wanted Germany to be restored as one nation, so Stalin's want for a split country would inevitably cause upset both in America and in Europe. In order to defend Germany from a full-scale takeover, the US accepted the responsibility of running the western side, purely out of their sense of duty. In comparison, the USSR's expansion into Eastern and even Central Europe was unnecessary and caused America to act in a reactionary way, dealing with their issues in a diplomatic and mature manner.
There now follows a statement from the Soviet delegation regarding the Berlin incident.
At Potsdam, it was agreed that Germany would be demilitarized and split into 4 zones, with each power taking a section and controlling it as they wished. The West went against this agreement by creating Estonia and then Tezonia, which united Western Germany against the East. In the President's letter to his Secretary of State, he expressed that the Soviet Union must be stopped from taking over Europe, and they can't get to a position where they are only protesting and not doing anything. Hence why they created Tezonia. Furthermore, exasperating measures were taken by the US when they placed weapons in Britain. The actions of the US to unite Western Germany against the Soviet regions left the Soviets with no choice but to react.